Well, now let's bring in Gideon Rozner from the Institute of Public Affairs to discuss some of the more egregious faux pas being conducted by our woke leaders. Gideon, welcome.
Great to be back, my friend. Great to be back.
First, let's talk about Green Senator Lidia Thorpe failing to disclose her relationship with a bikie boss while she was on a law enforcement committee. Gideon, what's more surprising about this? That Thorpe was having an affair with a bikie, or that she was sitting on a committee deliberating about law enforcement?
Look, the most surprising thing about all of this is what Adam Bandt sacks her for. And I say sacked, in a very loose way, because of course she's still in the Senate. She still has carriage of the portfolios that she's been given by Adam Bandt. She's lost her position as deputy Senate leader. I'm not sure how salaried it was or how prestigious a position that was, but nevertheless, this is the thing that Adam Bandt felt like he had to act on, this biking gang thing, not the fact that she went into Parliament saying that she didn't support the very institution and the institutions underpinning it, not the fact that she's been giving car crash interviews with even sympathetic formats like The Project about colonisation and how she really is just swearing her allegiance to the Queen in order to bring the whole system down, man. I just find it amazing that this is the straw that breaks the camel's back. The other cute, I think, thing about this story is on one of the newspaper articles I saw about this scandal, there was a picture of the bikie boss in question and he had some sort of Confederate patch on his bikie jacket. Now, Lidia Thorpe has slagged off symbolism, imagery, emblems and so on for a lot less than a Confederate logo. For her, the Australian flag is hateful and racist and has all sorts of baggage. I don't know how she got past the big Confederate patch on this bloke's jacket, if indeed he had it on at the time they were allegedly having an affair. So look, the whole thing is I'm not surprised that this has happened, but what I am surprised is that this is what has finally forced Adam Bandt's hand in relation to this very problematic character.
Well, apparently she says now, quote, she's no longer involved with that world. So are we meant to be relieved by her saying that? Is that a relief to you, Gideon?
Well, I suppose it is from a law enforcement point of view and in relation to the committees that she sat on. But look, I guess we'll have to take her word for it. But again, this is not, somebody down at the pub. This is not your garden variety lefty on Radio National or something. This is a member of the Australian Senate. The fact that they were involved with that world to begin with should raise red flags. But of course, it's not up to you or I or anybody else to remove Lidia Thorpe. It's up to the people who vote for her. And unfortunately, I don't think this will move the dial much in relation to Greens voters because they don't seem to take notice of anything that's going on. So why would they care about this?
Has there ever been anyone so bad in the Australian Senate? I mean, she really does lower the bar, doesn't she?
Oh, look, there have been plenty of bad people in the Australian Senate. A lot of people in this Senate who I don't have a lot of time for. Jackie Lambie, for example. I mean, there are all sorts of colourful characters. But look, that is democracy. In fact, look, I'm a bit unpopular with this view, but I actually think we need more out there characters in Parliament. We need to actually have more minor parties, even minor parties we really, really, really don't like. What I would like to see is a system like they have, for example, in Israel, which is completely, purely proportional representation, one vote, one value with a very, very low barrier to entry. Because I think more than, it's as fun as it is for us to sit here and have a chuckle about Lidia Thorpe and the Greens, the major structural problem with politics in Australia is that fundamentally we only have one political party in the main. It's called the Canberra Party, and it doesn't matter whether it's the blue team or the red team riding around in chauffeured cars and walking on blue carpet. We get the same results either way. I would like to see more nutbags in Parliament. I really would. Throw the gates open, because for every Lidia Thorpe and Adam Bandt and person like that we might have in Parliament under a proportional representation system, we might get another David Limbrick or David Limehelm or Bob Day or any of the rip snorters who've actually, unlike most politicians in living memory, stood up for freedom, stood up for fundamental rights, and stood up when it's difficult and when it mattered, when they were the only people doing it. So, look, I'll take all the Lidia Thorpes in the world if we get some good people in there as well to be voices for things that we care about and we believe as people who still subscribe to the values of conservatism, libertarianism and smaller liberalism.